So, aside verbal and domestic abuse that we just talked about, it's also a breeding ground for uh, illegitimate children. Illegitimate children, because if you are in an African setting like we are in, you know there are laws as regards to marriage and childbearing. I'll take example Igbo culture. There are some parts of Igbo culture where if a young lady gives birth to a child and she's not legally married, the family of the lady lay, lay claim to the child as a family child because the man didn't do anything on the woman before taking in, and there's no court where that case can be argued. Once there's no bride price, there's no concrete marriage agreement, the children that comes out of that marriage are illegitimate children, and you wouldn't want your children to be put in that kind of situation. Then another thing is that it decreases the chances of marriage for both the male and the female. It brings about delay in marriage in a situation whereby the both of them end up separating. It may be difficult for one of the two parties to get married in time. Some may not end up even getting married again because of what they experienced. They have this idea of I want to maybe test my commodity before I buy it. Are you a commodity? Do you accept to be called a commodity? It doesn't always end well because along the line the both of you may now discover that you don't like each other. You don't, because you have stayed together, you have known almost everything about each other, then you now turn around and say I'm no longer interested. This kind of relationship or marriage, it ends in divorce, it ends in separation, and the pills that comes out of this cohabitation are always very bitter. In a situation where the woman is the one who has been laboring or has more in that relationship, where they have assets, they've acquired things. When there's a divorce, the woman may run at a loss because the man may take everything from her and she has no legal backing. The rights of married couples cannot be granted unto you in this kind of situation. So it is not a good thing. Then what of cases of death? Where there is death, some people will just say, we love each other, and you continue like that. It is when the man dies or the woman dies before you know that you are in a hot soup, because some family members who have not been finding that relationship, those ones that have understanding of what marriage is all about, who have been against it and you didn't listen. In a case of death, there will be problem. The woman may be accused of being the one that killed the man may be accused of being the one that killed the woman, because probably they had their issues that were always going out before that incident. And since there was no legal marriage, even when the man is not guilty of the death or the woman is not guilty, families may come out of bitterness and hold they will use the fact that you are not legally married to fight you. So it's not a good thing. Then is unsafe, is very very unsafe, in the sense that spiritually is a grave sin for you to indulge in cohabitation. I take my stand on John chapter 4 verse 16 to 18. If you remember, where Jesus met with that woman at the well, he asked her where is her husband. She should go and call her husband, and she said she is not married. He said it's true, because the man she's presently living with is not her husband. That is, they are cohabiting. God frowned at it. As a Christian, it's not a good thing. There are a lot of implications. When you die, you end up in hellfire. When you die, there will be family issues, crisis, because the both of you were not legally married. So it's not something that one should put his or herself into. At the end of the day, the both of you, for those who live to be divorced or separated, it becomes something of bitterness, because one may be feeling as if he cheated me, I've been deceived all my life and all that. So please, if you are having they believe that cohabitation is a good thing, because they even go as far as calling it their common law spouse and all manner of rubbish. There's a danger to it. The dangers of cohabitation is more than whatever advantages that you think you are getting. Don't let anybody deceive you. Thank you so much.